Shalom, family. Glory be to God and blessed be the Lamb. Glory be to God and blessed be the Lamb. We at war, folks. We're at war. You may not feel, but you're at war. When I say you, see, you have to understand that something. Um, 15 billionaires and CEOs and founders have lost their lives or passed on in the first 6 months of this year. I want you to think about that. This shit's real. It's real. They thought that they could hide. They also believed that they could build tall walls and high gates and security, and they still got dead. And the adjuster will he will come wherever you are in any environment. They don't think they don't think properly. There's no planning. There's no well. I like them. At any rate, they met the adjusters. This is war, folks, and nobody is truly safe. No one is truly safe. And you look at what are you inside of a corporation? A corporate citizen? And what is the definition of that shit? Pray tell. There is no way you can be a citizen living inside of a country that has considered itself a corporation, sold itself to the highest bidder. Even your government is sold to the highest bidder. They don't even pretend to represent you at all. And they don't have to. Why? Because you are the worst flock of sheep to them. you have to you have to not only take care of them on a physical level, you also have to be wary of their emotional state. What the hell? Yeah, these animals are fickle. Don't be screaming around them and don't be cursing. Don't be talking about nothing negative around them because you don't know what they're going to do. Even that might flush them into the woods into the hands of the wolf. And you'll have to go get them again. And each time you're going to be missing a few. The wolf holding, man. I just thought about that. Off a bottle of liquor and since I don't drink the cheap shit, I'm going to spend, say, $100 on a bottle of liquor. I ain't going to share it. I, I, I won't be sharing it though. If there are any threat of friends or family coming around, I'm gonna buy 2 bottles of liquor, one for them and this hidden bottle for me. So when I go fix them a drink, it's gonna be that liquor. And when I fix my drink, it's gonna be this liquor. Don't confuse the glasses. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I've had $7 per shot. I'm gonna make 500-600 off this gallon of liquor, man. They selling it like dope. That they selling the food like dope. Shit, I think they own dope. And in fact, I think that the people who own dope should get off the dope, and the people who ain't using dope should start using dope, and we can maintain some some kind of balance here. Because the ones who ain't on dope are the very ones who act like they is on dope. There is no listen that they do. Anyway, The billionaires and the philanthropists and the millionaires and the business owners and founders. You know what? Let me help you guys out. At some point, you have to stop the bleeding. At some point, you have to stop the bleeding. First, let's look at your options. Let's look at your options. There is no answer for the lone wolf. The lone wolf will this the type of enemy that you face. Okay? Now, what do you do about it? Because ain't no stopping it. I have already have established that you cannot stop the lone wolf. See, allow me to extrapolate. In crime solving and the pathology of man, the study of criminal patterns and mindsets, there is a pathology. They can solve crimes and make through the connective of the tissues of society, mother, father, friends, neighbors, friends and family that can give out the red flags, snitch on them, backdoor them. See, they don't have that. So all you're dealing with is the lone wolf. Again, no friends, no family, a loner, sometimes for years, never speak to anyone, just a loner. Those kind are deadly, and that's what you're up against. You won't be presented with a fielded army because you don't field an army. You strike depth and terror with the earn that kind of money. You steal that kind of money, not earn it. There's no way you can justify that much money. That much money. You can't. And they've been doing it for the better part of since the mid 90s. A whole new business model. How the businessman thinks, and they went to business school. They're all warped in their head. And what is the part of your government? Not to mention that your government is basically run by cult members. We'll get to that at a later date. That they don't create, that they didn't invent. Not one seed of it. They didn't invent the chicken or the cow. Yet they fill their bellies and they make themselves wealthy off of it, while at the same time taking the best for themselves and leaving you the rest, and you still paying good money for it. You eating grade B level food in this country. Grade B level. Period. And the same food that you eat here, they serve it in Europe. Man, ain't nothing safe around here, man. Goodness gracious, man. Who plays hanky panky with the damn turkeys? I mean, run, little turkey, run. This is madness. Run. There are things worse than death. Run, turkey. damn them pilgrims. Escape. There for you lies a fate. Anyway, they making money off of your food that God gave you. These are thieves. Keep listening to thieves while your government, who was normally hands off of this situation, decided to start taking money and to privatizing your life. Your life having privatized into the hands of somebody else. Privatized. That's why they think of you like farm animals who have no voice beyond bah. You sound like them damn chickens. And then, what? Twice every 4 damn years, you run your ass to the goddamn polls and vote, looking for a benefit from what you really eating. I'm all over the map this morning, and it's still early. I still got 30 minutes. So we're getting this here in early. They shit that you would never do as a real farmer. Okay? They don't want to buy feed. So guess what they do? After they slaughter, say, the hog, they gather all of the blood and they drain it and they freeze dry it. Then they add some protein flavor. And then they cut it up into pellets and they feed it right back to them, making your meat to get that dollar bill. And that's the culture. Even if you have to steal it and lie, that's the culture. So what that to tell you? Most of America going straight to hell. I'm hoping half of them remain alive so we can shake them. I see no reason to I see no real reason not to shake the body of a hellbound soul. Shake the shit out of him. And then send him. He's still going. Are we gonna get it? I mean, is that a problem? Will God be mad if we shake the shit out the body of a hellbound soul? It permeates their life and they know it, but they also know that I best to be quiet. Best to be quiet because bad things can happen. I can lose my job. Some other people might hear me and think that's the reality. That's the reality. That's why you shocked. They have spoiled you. They have spoiled you. Whenever you get to the point in someone else's life that you can do whatever you want to do and them not say anything, well, you have departments. Hell has departments. I don't say this as a joke. Hell has departments. For one type of sin, it's over here. For one type of sinner, it's over there. For other type of sinner, it's over there. Hell has wings and floors and departments, not just hot fire. Not just hot fire. Oh, they can be innovative down there. Quite innovative and artistic with their meting out of misery. He always has a bad attitude. Always. Since the beginning of his imprisonment upon this planet. Well, meanwhile, they give you awards or they give each other. I mean, man, you guys are so vain. Vanity. Vanity. One of my favorite sins. Vanity. They give each other, you call it talent. I always thought talent was something that you worked hard and you became expert at what you're doing. Not anymore. Not anymore. Now, all of a sudden, it's singing, jumping, and running in a nutshell. There's a bit more to it, but let's be real. And that's not the point. The point is you reward this shit. Reward it. I'm going to walk on the red carpets. Head of the ball. The only way to stop a rebel, rebels exist for cause. You ever heard the term, he's a rebel without a cause? That's the most peaceful rebel you will ever find. That rebellious nature becomes something else. And it can be drained out of him over time with things like work and stress and family. Maybe even a little of the church, but that should take years. The best way to stop a rebel, I mean, don't get me wrong, but here's the difference. It's not for money. I don't make a, you own it. I mean, with the stroke of an ink pen, you can decide that a life-giving surgery, it won't be given because it upsets your profit margin. And your your loyalty is to the corporation and the investors, which later turns into the political donors. It's all wrapped up in the same sheet here. So that person dies. Why? Because you decided that way. Now look who raising hell. Look who's stopping them in their tracks. But worse still, look at who's listening to Generation X. Exactly. Exactly. Shit's gonna get ugly. 18 at least gone in the first 6 months of this year. Might I hell you, one of them was doused with petrol and set ablaze while they was alive. But when that standard came for them, their entire circle, even the government and the news, and they are very wary of this. They don't even want to use the term victim. They really don't. They really don't, for the fear of even that term politically or socio-politically is going to spiral out of control. Because then people are going to scream, they are not victims. That's what they're going to say. These are not victims. And just all of it. I am a firm believer. Listen, I have a no argument policy. I have a no argument policy. I have a no friction policy. Okay? It is far more valuable to me to not have arguments or disagreements. Okay? So I'm going to avoid them at all costs. At all costs for a number of reasons. Like I said, you blasting their ass. Didn't stop them at all. And these ain't just anybody's. These are people who own shit like DoorDash, BlackRock. What do they have in common? Cash App. They all are getting the hell up out of here. This is not a drill. This is not a drill. If I were you, I would be looking over my shoulder everywhere I go. If I were you, I would want fucking security to check my car just in case there's a bomb in it, or man, that they didn't put some kind of tracking device. I wouldn't even trust a chauffeur. I would never have a maid. I wouldn't, and that she could be influenced by, and then come back here. I don't think so. You should ask her before she leaves not to leave. Let her know once she leaves, she cannot come back, and we will make the transfer into her bank account and block her. In fact, they give shoot on sight orders if she ever knocks on the door. Shoot on sight orders. It is that crucial. And she might be a good enough person, but I have to think about what y'all are going to do about this redistribution of wealth. I know you don't like that word. I know you don't even like that whole thought. So say it slowly after me. Redistribution of wealth. You're going to have to even it out. The more food goes up and products goes up, the first you increase competition for the same resources. And once the increased competition comes, the crime goes up. And in this exchange, this despair comes relationship between these numbers. As despair goes up, the value of your life go down. The threat of prison or seeing prison as a punishment and as a threat start to go down too, because you've already given them the death penalty. You already given them the death penalty. So how the hell would your life have more value to the point? Oh, the social engineers who have taught them to live within the system that they had nothing to do with. We get here. How did we get here? Water, the source of life. Let me, man, listen here. I'm not a killer, but don't push me. I'm not a killer, but don't push me. Okay? We all have a limit to the bullshit that we will accept. And then a killer steps in. And most men is like this. I can't, every time I think about it, I got to go and buy water. Water. Like they making water. Like you don't see that what they gonna say? This is a crazy system. And they dare you to make your own. Man, I'm so done. I'm so done. And the world is lucky that there's a lull in the fight. This is a lull in the fight. A lull. I don't really know what to even do with it. I don't. All I know is suffering and fighting. I don't know nothing else. This shit here is crazy for me. this is disconcerting. Disconcerting. I know I'm a tool, but you a worse tool. God ain't gonna never come kill me, and the devil can't. It's a fair trade-off. But for you, when your ass meet the adjuster, and they coming, and they out there, and they're growing in numbers, and they have no fear, and you have no way to stop them. No way to stop them. Hell, you have been infiltrated so silently and so deeply, you don't even know who they are or where they are. They could be anybody, any race, any culture. Apparently, these fools, I won't be calling them that. These people, the deceased, elected lead in favor of the money. Don't be like them. I'm talking to the rich people and the arrogant. Don't be like them. When the choice comes, don't take the lead. It will come. I promise you. You shall be presented with a situation at some point connected to the rich and the rich moguls on the media. You all run in the same circles. Some of you just waking up this morning after a night of cocaine and alcohol induced partying. That's the truth of it. That is the truth of it. Well, you need to get this through your head. They're going to start killing you now. They're going to start killing you now. Okay? And there's no wall you can build. And there's no amount of security that you can employ to actually stop X. You should be thinking that it might be you. So therefore, I'm going to get my ass out in front of this shit. And I'm going to let these people know that I'm not in it no more. In fact, not only am I not in it, but here's what some of these other clowns have been doing. Cause I hear you're pretty adamant about killing my ass. I heard that you ain't gonna stop until you do. So, I mean, with that being said, let me say this. And that's how it is right now. I wish you luck. These are the repercussions for each option. But that's how it is for everybody, whether you have a lawyer or not. You are not making decisions. You are choosing amongst options. Okay? And what is the best option for you? We already know that they will come and kill you, as was foretold. We also have established that there's nowhere to hide. and you ain't even got to the security of your children and your respective families, be it wife, revolution, and you will be the first to die, as you are now. Where was the police when the fucking adjuster came? Where was the police? Where was your pet? Your words, not mine. Nowhere. They treated you like they do every other situation. The police do not stop crime. Okay? No, they show up after the crime has already been committed. Are you getting it now? That is the system. They come after it's done. That the adjuster openly extends. So I'm doing it for him. They you have to understand everything has to be justified, not by man's standards. But justification is still needed. Most people ain't gonna kill you if they don't have a reason to. Very few kill out of outright. Yes,